something was missing on the last semester, just because every tournament after each other was hard to get some time to break and talk about game. So we have this break. We had like 20 days boot camp. We managed to sort things out. It was 13 days actually, but it was enough to make some plans and sort things out. And I think we have a more mature CS as well.
Oh, I know it's getting a little bit windy out here, so I'll let you get on and prepare for this matchup. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you very much for it.
Frey out there looking like Fabio. Well done by Art, and I love the satchel. He's rocking the man bag. He is full of confidence, Yanko, but he is going up against some juggernauts on the other side of the stage. The Falcons are definitely a fan favorite if you've been anywhere near EWC. They've also been kind of statistical favorites when we've been looking at the numbers. What do anyone new to the CS universe need to know about this squad?
Well, they're really the Galacticos of Counter-Strike, right? Like they're an organization that wants to become the best in the world and lift the biggest trophies, and to do that, they will do whatever it takes, really. And they have assembled some of the world's best players in the lineup. Monesi on the AWP in contention to be the best player in the world this year. Nico, a veteran of the scene, taking a bit of a step back in terms of the role, and for good reason. Kyosuke, who has been one of the most talented rookies that we've seen in the last few years, right? Rounding it all out with two Danes. Kerrigan, who is one of the greatest in-game leaders we've had in Counter-Strike history, and Tesses, who is a sort of player that every championship team needs. Just a rock-solid guy, glued to the team, that's a selfless player and just wants to win and doesn't take too many of the resources.
Dupree, I want to talk about Tesses in a moment, but first, can we talk about the big dogs that are at the bottom of this bracket? If you are just waking up in America, welcome to EWC. We're in the quarterfinals, and there are 4 teams fighting for the last 2 spots in the semis. Falcons, of course, have one of the biggest stars. The other 2 teams, well, they have a star of their own. Zywoo for Vitality, Donk for Team Spirit will be going toe-to-toe after this matchup. When you're looking at the 3, though, these are the top dogs in all of the discussions for #1 player on the planet right now. Dupree, do you agree with that conversation?
100%. Like all 3 of them, they're just a step ahead of the rest of the bunch, right? And it's just incredible to see that they keep to doing it time and time again. And it is just this race for world #1 that is probably occupying their minds as well. But I think it's also just like we heard Zywoo talk about yesterday, that he doesn't really put too much effort into thinking of the whole Donk versus Zywoo conversation. Right. He just enjoys playing the game and he wants to just go out there and win trophies, right? But it's kind of crazy that thinking that such an achievement can still be like just put in the back of his mind. But regardless of what it is, these players just bring so much talent to the server. It's something that only happens in decades, right? And it's just crazy to see also just the elevation that Donk has proved. Like he's only been in the scene for a couple of years and he's already taken it by storm with the likes of Monesi and Zywoo also being a part of it. So yeah, it's a race that's just down the line intentionally.
As we take a look at some of the highlights, it's not only up to the fragger though. We got to take a look at, of course, Kerrigan's calls and what we expect to see being played when it comes to maps. The vetoes are coming up here in just a moment. If you're a Falcons fan, what are some good maps you hope to see in the rotation, and what have they shown you throughout this event so far, Yanko?
It's another series where probably their best map is the permaban of their opponent, so we won't be seeing Anubis, but we've seen them every time that happens. Just if Dust is there, they're going to go for it. And with the skill of their players, it makes perfect sense. Even though it didn't work out last time they played Legacy, I don't think that's reason for them to not go for Dust 2 again. And outside of that, for Legacy, actually, they can take it a couple of different spots. Ancient, Inferno, even something like Mirage, right? But I think with how this tournament has gone for them with Try, we'll be seeing Inferno or Ancient as their pick.
And it is just like when you look at Falcons, they're just starting to build this map pool that we saw Vitality have, where they can literally play any map at this point at such a high level. So it's also hard sometimes to try and find that edge that you want to be if you're their opponent, where it's probably going to be more into their own map pick, thinking, okay, where do we look more comfortable? What have we practiced? What have we looked good at? What have we already played at a tournament? So, you know, it's always hard to try and find that one edge that you can maybe get over the Falcons in the veto process.
You heard Kerrigan saying that man with the beard, Zonic, may be the GOAT coach of all time in his opinion, and I have to say he's got some fantastic numbers. There's a reason he's wearing Falcons green. Falcons are the favorites in this matchup. But tell me about the guy who we didn't gas up enough yesterday. Tessis, you guys asked for a card about it. Is he putting up great stats, or does he need to have a better day too?
I think Tessis is very easily overlooked in this Falcons jersey, mainly because you have Manisi, Kyusuke, and Nico who just steals the spotlight. And if there's a fourth guy you want to be talking about, it's going to be Kerrigan, right? But Tessis is this soldier in this team that just gets so much of the dirty work done. And it's incredible to see that he just puts up with it, right? You know, he has to kind of, because when you have three players that can have such a great output as I've just mentioned, then he is just in there to create that space, go in there and do the dirty work that really nets his team that space that he needs. And, you know, a lot of people have probably been looking at it thinking, couldn't he just get someone better? But I think he actually does his job very well. We have time and time heard how he get praised by Sonic and not only by his teammates with all the work that he's done. So I think he's a player that really deserves to be in this kind of situation. With Heroic, he was also a little bit overlooked. So throughout his career, like, it feels like Tessis has always been overlooked a little, but it's nice to see that a guy, regardless of being overlooked, actually have so much success in a team basis.
Clearly, they value his impact on this team, and of course, the original impact was made by this man. Nico signed with the Falcons, and he made noise around the world. We have Stunna outside with him right now.
Legacy Falcons quarterfinal in front of us, and for the Falcons, it's been a little bit of easy street here. Not a whole lot of adversity. They did play Mongols, Dust 2. You know, there wasn't really a thing about pistols there. It didn't really come down to that. Was there any pressure up to this point at EWC for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we want to do better than what we have done at the Blast Bounty. You know, we had a very, very bad start to the season, and we knew that we have to, you know, get it going here. And obviously, you know, EWC is a quite big event for us and for our organization. So there was a pressure, you know, all the time before we entered the match, but I think we have handled it pretty well during the game. We have played some good CS so far, and I would say that we were in control in majority of our games so far, and hopefully it continues today as well.
Well, you bring up an interesting point there, because it would bring me to my next question, which is, have we seen the best version of the Falcons yet? Is there a gear above the Falcons that we get here?
I think, in my opinion, I think we still played better in the Cologne Major, the playoffs, than what we have shown here. Even though we had more convincing results, I would say, so far, but we have also probably played a little bit of worse teams than we have done at the Major. I don't think we have seen the best Falcons yet. From my side, I can see a lot of improvements. I think we could have closed some of the games way earlier. I think there's still a lot of improvement, and we also need to prove ourselves when, you know, teams start challenging us a little bit, which could be the case today. Legacy has been playing very good, so still a lot of room to improve.
With Manasi and Kusuke stepping into just about every role you can think of in terms of where the crosshair needs to be in the server, does that change how you need to approach the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a little bit more passive nowadays, you know, giving them the space that they need to shine. You know, it's always nice that they have games like they did yesterday. It makes our jobs easier for the rest of the guys. For me, I'm just focusing on my particular role, and that's, you know, kind of closing out the rounds and trying to lead the charge on City, and giving the ideas of how we should play as a team on the City side. And it's been good so far.
Nico, you've won the Major. You're looking to win EWC. Anything you want to say to them before we get started?
Yeah, we want to win this, and we want to make Falcons proud.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Great to see Stun alongside Nico, but Nico's got to get to the stage because this one's about to kick off. Let's take a look here at our maps that have made it through. Yanko, did you get your expected bans out of the way?
Yeah, there was no surprises there, and we see actually Legacy go for Mirage, so no Ancient, no Inferno as their picks. Dust 2, no surprises there from the side of the Falcons, and I don't think they'll mind the Mirage pick either, right? I know statistically it's been up and down for them, but when you look at the composition of their players, you know, Mirage makes a lot of sense.
I think there's a reason to why Legacy might have gone for Mirage in this one. I think it speaks into that they want to try and maybe get a little bit more messy. I think that's one of the cards that they can play where they can maybe make Falcons feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's a map where you do have a lot of freedom also like on the extremities, and I think that is where they want to be trying to find some of those openings. So yeah, it's I wouldn't say a big surprise, but maybe a tiny bit.
And if you're going to compare play styles, are we looking at rush versus controlled, or how do you describe Legacy?
I mean, Legacy is it's we've talked about, and we saw what Foot did to Mouse. Like that's all in brawl, and it's a little bit similar. It's a little bit less aggressive, but it's definitely about making speedy recoveries and also making like those very explosive executes, but also playing a lot on individuals.
Yanko, I know you're going to say Falcons 2-0, so give me the player to watch.
Watch Nico, especially on Mirage, right in that connector area. He has a lot of control. He's going to be in a lot of those fights, so going to have to keep an eye on him. He has to have a good game.
Dupree and I are also going with Falcons. If you disagree, make some noise. It's time to get into your third quarterfinal.
Playing the quarterfinals, it's another day for us. It's going to be a very strong team from now on as well. As we played Navi, we play Falcons, and the next team is going to be stronger as well, so we have to play the best as we can.
I think they're very confident in their play style. We played against them in China in the grand final when we lost.
We're expecting to be a tougher one, and it's going to be a very hard match. We have proof that we can play the same as they can, and we can play good CS against them.
We don't need to prove anything, we don't need revenge. We just want to join the server, show our game that we showed 3 last games.
We will have to show up with our A game in order to win.
Someone's looking, Carragher a free frag. Oh, the away! Let's goes down! There's more up. Natural good for it, but Nisam doesn't stop!
All right, one quarterfinals down, one more match to go as we head into the next quarterfinal. And this one has history written all over it. But first of all, Paris, how are we doing?
That's a nice welcome from our new host, Fancy, of course. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 very different stories, because on one side, we have a team that is surfing a big momentum after stomping a statement win against Navi yesterday. And on the other side, a team that could be getting sweet revenge of that grand final at the Asia Championship in Shanghai in May. But truth be told, these teams know each other very well, Fancy.
But hey, Lou, that was another tournament, another stage. Today, the stakes are even higher. A win right here will get you a spot at the semi-finals of the top 4, and most importantly, precious club championship points. I think we're ready.
Absolutely, and anyways, this story already exists here at the STC Arena in Paris. But whether it's in English, in Brazilian Portuguese, in Arabic, or in French, it is time to write the next chapter. Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Legacy! Pure product of Brazil with one Argentinian player, this roster is one of the prides of Latin America. The lineup is still finding its shape, but the results are arriving well ahead of schedule. They have already taken down Falcons once this year. Yesterday, they beat Navi in what could be called a humiliation. Now, they face one of Falcons' prime version. Major winners, but they need to be bigger than that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Team Falcons! The major turned potential into proof, and Falcons have shown no interest in letting that be the end of the story. They have moved through Paris without dropping a map. Now, an old problem stands between them and the semi-finals.
It is Legacy versus Falcons. It is time for revenge or time to shine, and it starts now.
Serious potential for a bare-knuckle brawl ahead of us, folks. You got Falcons on one side, the team who
we've got the Falcons on one side, we've got Legacy on the other, who destroyed Na'Vi. I like the way Fancy put that. And then you got Brazil, they're awake, they're ready to watch the boys duke it out versus the world #1 Cologne Major champs. Sure, you heard Monacy, he says it's not about revenge, they just want to get closer to that trophy. It's quarterfinals. Team huddle's going to be taking shape. Coach Zonic with his pile of papers.
It's definitely extra motivation, right? I understand Carrigan was just plugged into the roster when they played back in CAC a couple of months ago. But Legacy still took the title away from them there and in relatively dominant fashion. It was a 4-map best of 5, but the 3 that Falcons lost were all very one-sided. 13-9, 13-6, 13-6. Now they're major champs. A lot has changed. More reps under their belt. And Legacy are the ones with the change. Obviously, Try picking up the Orping mantle from Sadzin. I think the confidence that they built from yesterday's game against Na'Vi, Nissim, he had a monster performance, especially on that second map of play. I'm not expecting him to do the same again today, but if he does, he'll be blowing everyone's socks off. That was next level stuff to eliminate Na'Vi.
Well, I think some teams, they can kind of quake in their boots when they're up against a roster, you know, packing such a punch as Falcons. But for Legacy, they know they can do it. They already have. Falcons do want to set that record straight, I am sure.
Their run so far, the win over K27, Astralis 2-0, the Mongols 2-0. So yet to drop a map. Let's see if Legacy can achieve that first before we start talking about the series. Their only loss so far in the run came to FaZe in 0-2 fashion, but sending home MIBR and then, as mentioned, that Na'Vi game, that's the statement.
Yeah.
Right, that is one that cements them in the top 10 of the VRS right now. Because it being a 13-9 and a 13-2, that's not even close.
Yeah, but the scoreline on that FaZe game did raise an eyebrow. You know, I was like, oh, okay, did they play cash? No, it was just quite a dominant win for FaZe Clan. So, you know, it leaves me questioning which Legacy we get today. Will the individuals be on? Will they be able to at least take that map off of Falcons? Never mind, actually send them home. That's also a possibility. And if you heard it, you know it. The Club Championship also it's a big step in the right direction for Falcons. They're at the top of that one, an opportunity to seal it if they can get the win in Counter-Strike.
Just getting everyone sat down and situated. Huddles have come to their close. We have Mirage coming up first, the map choice of Legacy, Dust 2. And then the third and decider of Ancient if we do need it. Last series a bit quicker than expected, with Foot making light work of Mouse, booking that semi-final berth against Furia. That'll be going down tomorrow as our first semi. And now with these next 2 quarters, it's potentially setting up the final before the final.
Yeah.
Vitality versus Spirit coming up next. Winner of that will play winner of this.
I mean, all eyes are on these 2 games as to see how those semi-finals boil out. Who will be locking horns? Of course, Vitality Spirit, a real treat for all Counter-Strike fans. That's going to be coming up as the last game of the day.
Whenever you get the best 2 players in Counter-Strike locking horns, Donk and Zywoo. See if Monacy wants to have a conversation about that major MVP. If he can have a strong season before the year comes to its close, he can put his name in the ring. All right, well, looks like we're ready to get things started. Fist bumps are in. Freeze time ticking on down.
Alors, Paris, vous êtes prêts? And that's LA, and it's going to be a T-side start for Legacy. Falcons on that defense, and you heard from Nico, he is going to be a very prominent voice on the defensive halves.
I like the fact that Carrigan has given himself the dual Beretta. There's a smoke and a flash to block. He might be a pressure point on this B side that Legacy want to test, and yes, they will. This is fast B.
Okay, but Kiosuke's been boosted up for that immediate, well, I was going to say headshot, but it's actually Try that puts it between his eyes, and a second this time on. The defense crumbles. Kiosuke and Carrigan removed.
40 seconds on the clock, bomb goes down, and the retake. They even want to give this a go. Wonder if they'll get booed in the same way with the save as Mouse did. And that'll be that. So, easy as you like, just a fast B play. 2 opening kills found, and round done. It's the 4 spy coming up next to Falcons that we need to keep our interest on.
Yeah, it's nice to preserve this Kevlar on Monacy and Nico.
At the same for Legacy. Get out of dodge. Make sure you're not taking any damage. Get the cheap upgrades into the head armor going into the next round. And Dumar just hanging around to make sure nothing gets out of control, but they'll back off. And they'll be happy with that one. That's a great start. The path of least resistance, but they made that resistance light. Kiosuke had his best performance on LAN against the Mongols on Inferno of all maps. We know he's in fine form. Monacy the same.
Yeah, what did he end on? 27-6 or something?
That was ridiculous. He was hitting everything that moved and then some. Okay, 4 spy. Scout for Monacy, pistol upgrades for the rest, and smokes to corral traffic. Window smoke. They're going to turn this into a quick A split by the looks of things, feigning pressure towards middle.
MonaCy's on the surge with that scout, going to try and disrupt towards the ramp.
Rapid.
It's Lato, but now he has to pull out the duel. But Refs, the flash was perfect. Dumal blinds MonaCy, sets Art up to knock him down. Nico has to reposition. Ala the nade, Art down. Good work, output from Tessus with the Khalil. Another good flashbang. There's Nico's D gone. Quick pivot. And they weather the storm.
Yeah, that was actually a team flash there, so
awkward.
That one will leave a mark. Considering how quick these first 2 rounds have been, this is the pep in the step you want to see from Legacy. Get going before Falcons even wake up into this. It'll be the eco now. If the pistol upgrades that in the armor, yeah, well, we know Art, he will take every risk under the sun. This man, always making a move. So everyone's gone for an upgrade. Tessus. Honestly, he's even got Kevlar for this, and we're just searching straight towards A. This is a great call from Art. He's one of these rhythm callers, right? If he can get into a pattern and feel like he's outmaneuvering, outpacing that of Carrigan, it's going to be the stopping power of Falcons individuals that will have to change the discourse.
That's the MonaCy armor saving his life there.
Now, smoke's not great. Flash, and again, that one's going both ways, so not perfect on the util usage, but when you're playing with a bit more of a tempo, it's harder to do so. Everyone's rotated in, ready to fight.
Gosh, yeah, going to be trying the smoke. Do manage to get that bomb down uncontested. Dumal provides the covering fire. Carrigan and Nico down. It's a punchy start.
Yeah, good intensity early. Rush is a map where the individuals of Falcons can take over, but it's the extremity players of Tessus and Carrigan who I really want to keep my eyes on. Tessus on the CT side, during the Kixon era when players were coming in and out, he was having to do an awful lot of position changing. So just as it felt like he was starting to master that B side, he been shifted back towards A. Try it, we'll deal with MonaCy. Josuke will stay alive. And that's a 3-0 start from the Brazilian team. They are with quite the pace today. Let's see if that continues now into the first rifle round. MonaCy will have the AWP.
As we'll try.
Weird off-season for Legacy. We knew they wanted to make a move. Nissan to the bench. Then they end up getting rid of Sadson. Try comes in, Nissan back from the bench. What does that tell you? Well, long season ahead. First smoke top cat, standard opener. The AWP of MonaCy starting B. So as discussing Carrigan potentially being bullied, they'll bring Ilya the Kid over to shut this down.
Go for that deeper line, and he has immediately removed Dumal. Swing, from Lato, and missed shot from MonaCy, so gap taken, they're charging, Lato low HP, weathers through, there's MonaCy, finding himself a third, quick scope, clean, one back, but the damage inflicted, and yeah, it's just easy pickings for Nico. Perfect start, putting MonaCy right on the money, right where he needed to be, and he leaves with 3.
When you got a sharp tool like that in your shed, use him as a bodyguard. B ain't going to be that easy. The question is stubbornness. The Legacy want to try that again. You mentioned perfect. Perfect was how I would consider Legacy getting out of the gates. Quick rounds in your face, not too many casualties. And we'll see them go into another tidy looking buy without a try AWP this time. Now do you call the bluff? Do you go B again? Are they really going to start the AWP over towards that side of the map once more? Sonic happy with that. And they will start the AWP towards B. So both teams stubborn with the stance. MonaCy up to bat again.
Are they really going to go for the same pacey go? MonaCy the same move? Will it be that same result? Yes, it will. Dumal can't believe it. MonaCy's still there. Flash is connecting. A missed shot out of MonaCy. Does manage to find Output on to try, but there's Lato. It's just Nico, and he's swinging to win. Lato flattened. M4 headshot tracks. Nico could just delay, play that numbers advantage. Those smokes won't last forever. Bomb on the back of Nissim, yet to frag. Art maneuvers forward. He is going to try and find that equalizing frag. And off the team flash, he controls the spray, does manage it onto Nico. Art gone though. Josuke could trade. Oh, he's got them both on his screen. A chance presented itself. Unable to find anything as Nissim.
So I asked the same question again. It is going to have to be the lighter buy. But I want to remind everybody this is Art. He could, right now, drop a Galil if he really wanted to, if they want to keep some pressure on. I wouldn't be surprised if he buys and everybody else takes the eco. he has fully invested. The rest of the team is starting to follow, and they're not going to go for a third straight B execute. This time turning their attention towards A, and Monsi starts window. So the opening setups.
It's a good sign for Falcons that Monasi's on it.
Going to pop through this. Tesses on his own for now. Connector and jungle will be the support.
Yeah, okay, well, you got Tesses. Going to get the gap closed real rapid. Look how quickly Lato's moving. Perfect timing, though. Catches two. And Monasi there to receive the Lato swing. A touch of his tongue. Unhappy with what he's been able to provide. And Art's so low. The chances of seeing that bomb plant after this force is close to zero.
It is wild that they've opted for this, but again, it's legacy.
Yeah.
They like to do things their way. So he'll rattle off a shot. The bomb has gotten away, so questions will be asked of the final three members of Falcons. Someone is going to have to try and cut this off with the pass. And it appears to be Carrigan. So this lightens up the load on A. They might concede the plant. On a long rotation, but has plenty of time for this. Nissim can get any more output. No, he can't. Nico will clear. Now, Carrigan has gotten there in time. Art's going to be running into the site, and Carrigan will call the sound cue. Okay. Does he want to fake this? No. All right. Well, in-game leader, he wants the money. 3-3, all tied up. Now it will have to be the eco. Get some numbers into the conversation. This is the 11th Mirage for Falcons since the addition of Carrigan. And on the CT side, Tesses, one of these extremity players, the A defender, actually their lowest rated. So you get why they want to try and bully Carrigan, in-game leader on B, but Tesses, we'll see if he can stand up and deliver just there. Good amount of output. So pistol upgrades will be 3 digs, a P250 in with a smoke and a flash, and Lato watered away immediately by a nice deep incendiary. You go to Kiosker there just saying, all right, they fought again, so you know that you should very well likely be up against unarmored opponents. More util damage onto Lato. Another smoke, and they are siphoning out the util. Deagle sounds off, and they will back off. Full mid control, clearing out that island box now, so a lot of information for Falcons in this.
Misinfo on Nico calling that clear.
I don't think that's where the smoke was meant to land.
It does make things weird, though, as far as the angle Nico's now working with. Art throws out another from top mid. Attention drawn. Nico's vision obscured. And there's Monasi. Catches top mid. Art goes looking. And another one, just easy pickings. There's one back. Lato's Deagle will put the AWPer down. Pistol's not going anywhere.
No time as well, so they need to hurry up a little bit here. Lato will grab another shore, but still very tough to see this get out of control. Bomb spotted top middle. Nico peppers that one up. Lato's got the AWP, found a gap. 15 seconds. After time would be miserable. And a little bit sketchy, but Carrigan will make sure it's all good in the hood. Oof. Nico was trying to juggle the AK across to one of his teammates. He will preserve the AWP. That means that he will not have an AK-47 going into the next, but there's still plenty of money to go around. Monasi with another opener there. Made that 3 for his count, 2 for Tesses. Back to B. Trying this earlier game plan again, thinking there's no way Monasi can be here once more, and this time they're right. There's no pressure elsewhere on the map.
I don't know what they saw
or heard. They called it off immediately there. Okay, it felt like they were just primed and ready. The flash forward ramp gives them a lot of information. That means that the A-lurk could be Palace. Completely regathering, retooling, and setting up for now what looks like a potential B split. They still need to garner this mid control, and playing off our Falcons, very site-centric. 2 towards B focused, 3 towards A. Monasi will put himself across deep into the site. It's a strong position if they do come up connector into an A split. Still lots of time before we know what the finish will be.
Window smoke implies B split. Smoke break doesn't give Nico too much. Kioske forced forward and into the Lato. Crosshairs. Easy pick. Nice find from Art. Removes Carrigan. He was the only man on site, so should be Legacy tying us up 4-4 here.
Playing the long game. Just going to save into this one our Falcons. Considering how sketchy that was at the gates of just a, well, let's all go B-apps, then let's cancel. The fact that they were able to still work into that round. Good stuff from Legacy. They break the streak of 4. And as part of that streak being broken, they get the bomb down again. So it's not consecutive. They will be good for the buys, at least going into the next. And this one can just settle in.
Bit of a tug of war.
Haven't really had to play out too many default rounds of Falcons. Either it's been direct from Legacy straight in towards B, the AXQ on that pistol force buy, or the eco that was just a pitter-patter across the map.
I think that's a technical.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll see who requires the help. Looks like it is going to be on the Falcon side of the server. Good opener there. There was a molly deep, and it forced the hand of Kioske there to push or drop back. Took the aggressive option. We'll take a moment before we discuss any of the particulars with the buy coming forward in the tech. Wait till everyone is situated and ready to go. But crowd's starting to pack out for this. We didn't have the bleachers open for the last series. I bet they'll be full for the next.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Any Vitality fans here yet?
There's a couple.
Okay, I thought there'd be more than that.
They've already started a party somewhere else, you know, warming up for the big game.
Falcons are out here in force.
Yeah, the Falcons fans too. We got Falcons fans in the building. I can see a couple.
Did Furia lend Legacy their fans? That's the question.
Yo, that's a good question. What about Legacy? Yo! Okay. I think they definitely converted some fans with their results here at EWC.
Na'Vi, right? For Na'Vi, if we go a big picture at EWC, in terms of Na'Vi getting further up the tally, it would have been huge for the club championship. We're literally talking millions of dollars. So that loss, Legacy have handed them, is more than just a red face, more than just a hiding. But we can get back underway. You can see here, tactical timeout. This one by Falcons. Zonic on the mic. Do Legacy still continue with these direct plays, or do we see something a bit more default heavy coming into the mix? The guns have been dropped. The finance is starting to wear thin for Falcons. 1,900 loss for them going into the next. So if they lose a site directly, we might get another save.
Let's see what Art's cooking.
That's the top mid smoke. I'm going to get these out rapidly just to keep Falcons guessing. And they're not playing aggressive. They don't believe that Legacy are playing behind this mid util. I say that as they do pipe through short. B is open for business, boys.
Crazy. Look at this.
Warm.
It's free. Kioske is going to arrive there. A CT smoke that should enable them to push through. You can see Carrigan, a man determined. He's going for a push through. And does draw blood. Lato down, Nissim, and then Kioske on top to Dumal. Oh, quick tap back, that's nice, precise. Onto Nico, another one on his plate, takes down Kioske, clawing back in. A 5 versus 3 goes sideways. Try and not pull us into a 2v2. Oh, overlooked. Tassus, the unknown entity, they have absolutely no idea, but he is stalking his prey. Should be the end of this one. Just had a passing glance, try a shrug of his shoulders. Oh, caught in the smoke walk. It's a Falcons round, but not without a little bit of resistance from Legacy there.
Thought they were going to be well caught out of position. Carrigan knows he has to make a play. If they get established in that post plan, they get bench control, they've got Van, they start to press up towards market. You're not retaking that in a million years in a 5v5. So he flashes himself, he plays through, and this is impact right here from Mr. Anderson. Try, he's no slouch on the rifle either. Some people are asking the question why bigger and better names haven't picked this man up sooner. He's all about this. It's so much of the heavy play. Yeah, it's all about just testing Carrigan time and time again, just seeing Monacy's here, just like the start of the game.
Will it be another opening kill onto Dumao? He's 2 for 2 when they have come his way. And he started the AWP here. Dumao, good luck, have fun. How wide is that swing? Yep, deleted. m0NESY dips back to site.
At least this time they're calling it off, not just running into their demise. So another opening for m0NESY. He's going to make that his 4th. Won't have the multi-kill to follow just yet. See how they handle this, right? Kioske, the short player, plays over towards A, so in case it is an A execute, they've got an extra man there. m0NESY starting B, giving them the early info to ward away anybody who wants to try and pressure Unk Carrigan. Now having to settle back into things. A window smoke got it in.
That is going to force m0NESY to reposition. He's just playing window right now.
He'll be smoked off at B. Carrigan to be ahead of this. If R can get a kill and get out.
Oh, ahead of it.
All right.
Smoke was not up. Art just jumps into m0NESY's scope.
Bomb spotted now.
Yeah, Kioske does well to find one under the Molotov's pressure.
I know Tessus has to be A.
Be here somewhere, says Nissim. Disconnected from his teammate Try. They've only got 15 seconds. They have to make their move, and m0NESY's on the line. This guy's a demon. 13 and 5. And Try just, as hard as he might, can't do a thing.
He's going to retain this AWP for the next round. They get 2,900 loss. He gets none. 6 rounds converted now for Falcons. A 2-round gap. 2 rounds yet to come before we get the swap at half. It's Legacy. Take the timeout. It's the game plan of testing this B. We've seen it, I'd say 50% of their rounds so far. They've really been trying to exploit that side of the map.
But what a luxury it is to have a player of the caliber of m0NESY where you can kind of have a solution. The solution is as simple as m0NESY go B.
I think, Brad, if you take a look at this game plan, it's clear what Legacy are opting for, but it's also clear that Falcons are wary of it, right? They haven't really played too hefty through middle. There was only that one round where they piped through short. And that is right, reminding everybody, a couple of months ago, second event for Falcons with Carrigan in the roster. A grand final, a second grand final at the time, and another second place thanks to Legacy.
And a best of 5 as well. I like the way Yanko framed it. Like, it wasn't like Falcons through, it was a fair win. Legacy beat them. And Art couldn't quite beat the AWP there. Just a couple of seconds delayed, it might be a different story.
Yeah, you're assuming that m0NESY after the opener has continued to reposition. He did, just not as far away as you'd hope for. It's going to be a partial investment at the moment as, oh, excuse me, we've got the tech.
Yeah, we've gone from tag to tag.
All right, well, m0NESY in ears, we'll be sorting that one out. Give us a moment.
It is, you know, it kind of warms my heart to see that Art's unique calling style is still carried over. Even as they rise to power, as they climb the VRS, these boys are still, they play like no one else. They're doing it his way.
Yeah, they've had to balance it. It's not the same art as the Furia days, but definitely he still goes for some of these crazy rifle binds where the rest of his team's eco. You see the shotguns come out.
But even
still has that flavor.
This stubbornness towards B. Most teams wouldn't be trying so many all-in maneuvers, especially after consistently hitting the brick wall that is the m0NESY AWP. Competitive half still available. 4. Could become 5, even if it is with some compromises in the buy. Once he starts A, important to check in. As this time they are going for a contact mid-play, or searching. Oh, and you can't get away from m0NESY. He is everywhere, and nowhere at the same time. Nico overrun by R. He's done very well with the Tech 9. Tessus chips in, finds Nissim. m0NESY's nade onto Art as well. Advantage Falcons, and the rest just disintegrate. Dumao down, clean headshot from Kioske. Lato retrieves the AWP, but watch this for the slam dunk. Once that smoke's fading, m0NESY is going to provide a flashbang for Tessus. Didn't quite nail it, and Lato does on the quick scope.
All right, light off the mark. He's boxed in, Carrigan heading towards T-spawn, so no way back. We'll have to battle forward. Has 50 seconds, and that's if they don't just swing him. Now, m0NESY will take another multi-kill. Another opening frag, continuing to rack these up, 5-0 in the opener, 5-0 in the multis.
It's a very short list of players that can just take over the game.
Well, these are Mirage specialists when you look at MonASI and Kioske. So double orbs will be the affections of Falcons buy for the final round. Lost bonus there, Legacy will be able to equip everything.
Bad flash, but it was good.
Yeah, at least he knows it was a bad flash. It was a good idea. Just poor execution, as we're talking about him being the executor. Carrigan is just going to use the orb over towards B. That frees up MonASI in this.
Look at Kioske. Flash fight. Lato was anti. Still goes down.
Can't believe he's got one there. Ready and raring to lock him down and still able to find some impact. So they will get this mid control. Feel for a player like Nissim. He's only got 1 kill and he's going to be called out here, but he hasn't been able to fulfill his role. His role is lurk A, and they've just been doing constant hits across the map. Carrigan searches, has some info, but needs to be careful. Nissim waiting if they overstep that mark.
No secret of their mid-occupation. On an island is Carrigan. And MonASI unable to hit that. Spots out one towards Con. It was Doom out.
Got to flick up to this.
Yeah, Carrigan quick. Ooh, not quick enough. Missed shot. B open for business. Carrigan falls in this last round on the T side of Legacy to rectify and find 5. Nico's back turn. Doom out collects.
Got to flush this out if they want a chance at the retake.
Nice bait and switch there. Tessus and MonASI going to try and show off their movement skills. MonASI gets there.
Tessus.
Come on, lad.
Second time of asking, he's up.
2-on-3 retake. Not easy on the AWP. Art spotting. Info flows for this post plant. Understandably anticipating a fight, and MonASI's been given one. Nissim goes down apartments. You have to take this fight. They find it cleanly. Tries, goes down. It's all onto Art's shoulders. This is so awkward now. Eye to the scope. Does get close. Now he can whip out the AK and runs it down. A quick tap to the dome. Recovery at end of half. 5 for Legacy, 7 to the Falcons, and one more number, 18 for MonASI.
Yeah, look, he is having a half. Let's see if that can continue now into the T side, but 5 rounds, more than enough for Legacy to stay competitive in this one. They got the pistol, they got the conversions, and they've dotted in a couple of rifle rounds. We'll add this clutch to the tally. Well done there, try playing anti. Breaks in, takes down the orb. It's a little bit clunky. Not playing the bomb, wanting to close them down in the choke point, but then pressure on Art, and look at that one. Much more impressive with X-ray off. Leader straight back into the calls. So just a 2-round gap, and that can quickly be tied up if they can get this pistol. I don't win with some dual Berettas. There's a decent amount of U2 on the CT side. There's a kit for Nissim. Smoking a flash for Art. Double flash for Try. T side's got a molly, flash, and double smoke. And heavy towards B out the gates. Now they're waiting for some form of a push. Seeing if there's any investigation top middle. The jump spot is Nissim. And it's a 3-man B stack from Legacy. The smoke leaves MonASI's hands, lands towards window.
This is perfect. Dumao able to react in time. Taps the header Kioske. Putting the right foot forward for the CT pistol. Nico and MonASI are side by side here. Dumao is still on the line, and he's deleted another. One tap. Nico gone, Tessus accelerating. He's doing so little. Full blind from Try. He was holding that from the very start of the round. Another one tap out of Art's USP this time.
All right, when they're not just running in, you can see the aim on display here. So Carrigan going to try and put himself onto the other side, get that bomb down. I don't think he's going to have too much of a chance in this one. If they concede the plant, Falcons will have a lot better looking of a buy going into the force.
It's held at the moment by Art. So getting across this sight line for Captain Carrigan will not be easy. He'll have to take the fight eventually. Here it comes. Art goes. Oh, yeah, Carrigan didn't expect the second. Lato overlooked completely. He saw the goosh, thought perhaps he's going to buy enough respect for the bomb plant, not able to pull it off.
Good shooting there from Dumao. And this man loves the aggression as well. soldier for the team. He'll do anything that's asked of him. But they're using him currently as a more aggressive piece. And that plant denied. So we will not see the force. We saw this from Falcons yesterday on Dust 2 against the Mongols. They went for a scout on m0NESY. That was dropped by karrigan. They didn't upgrade too much else behind it. And then they were going to go for the buy into the next. m0NESY.
Run out.
Dead, surely. Okay. I guess because the scout sounds off, you think it's probably a force.
Little do they know, it's 4 of the starter pistols in that armored scout. Big nade. 90 damage into karrigan.
He's out of there. This is not the same as Dust 2 for m0NESY to look for picks. It's going to be very, very tough.
Yeah, it seems like Legacy, after hearing that scout bullet as well, are positioning themselves to avoid it entirely.
Yeah, the nightmare scenario right now is over-peaking and getting tagged, and the Glocks will run you down. If you give m0NESY nothing on this scout, your rifle should shred them. 50 seconds into A they go. Sandwich position from Try with the SMG. Rotating towards Ticket is Art, and jungle for Lato. m0NESY being given all the room in the world to search. Spotted.
Oh, no scope. What? Quick headshot. It's not what they would have wanted, though. A little bit of output. And absolutely not a plant, Tessus. Gave it a good go. 3 in the round for Lato ensures that doesn't go anywhere.
All right, all tied up. karrigan, after dropping the scout, is going to operate on something a little bit lighter. It'll be a Mac 10 for him.
Oftentimes when karrigan pulls out that Mac 10, he's going to have a AK and Kioske behind him for the trade. He'll be doing some wide swings.
Yeah, Kioske's either going to be paired with karrigan top mid or Nico towards underpass.
Look at karrigan.
Oh, window missed.
Window. That is an unforced error that's cost them the opener. Dumad, full vision, profits immediately. Test on B, a pace change. You got Nissim MP9, he's greeted them with bullets. 2 quick headshots, round done.
Just with a missed smoke, right? That's very frustrating. That's the basics. You can't be missing when you make a call like that. Honestly, we'll draw one back short. Have a lot of time to try and work back into this. And that's a very flat start on this T side for Falcons. See what these two opt for. If given an inch, they will take a mile. I think at the moment you just play one of these setups if you're Legacy where it's for info, and then we can retool. I love having Lato up in Palace, so if they do return towards A, you can give them Tetris, you can give them ramp, you can shut them down on the plant. As they clear out towards T-spawn, they see nothing entrenched, so in a certain moment, karrigan will either let them play or say save. Nice to give these players a lot of freedom to make their moves. They're creative individuals. And you're painted into a box right now. Okay, just giving themselves a new safe haven to save. All right, well, a lengthy round. Just have to sit and watch the clock tick by. It is going to be 2,900 lost into the next.
Counter-Strike Hive Mind hates a save. I got excited when I saw him juggling that smoke. Just peak efficiency, though. Just making sure they both bring one through.
All right, well, Legacy are into the lead. 8 rounds, 1 round gap, and it will be partial behind the saved AKs most likely. Now it just comes down to a missed window smoke. Second tactical timeout called. Back on the mic, has 1 more available down the stretch of this. And great from Nissim. He has the SMG and the quote-unquote bonus round. Yeah, blink and you missed it. That was over quick. Being made to work for this. A reminder, throughout the run so far, Falcons are yet to drop a map, let alone a series. Legacy looking to be the first to do that here today. Continue their run. They make a name for themselves as giant killers, as that they took down Na'Vi just yesterday.
Casually.
Their domination display is, okay, the upgrades around these AKs, you want to get the bomb down if you can, so Kioske and m0NESY will be able to buy into the next fully with the loss bonus.
Right.
So
primary objective, get into a bomb site.
yeah, look, it's just so everybody at that point will have an AK. Otherwise, it's likely to want to see getting dropped something from Carrigan.
Has been a cool 8 rounds from Nico.
Big quiet from everybody, unless your name's McKenzie, really.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the smoke break sets up our Kioske round over. Disruptive. Plenty of block util still for the CT side. Incendiary under the window, a smoke in front of Carrigan. He's walking through that with the bomb! Oh, he had to hit that! He's taken down Dumau. Art smoked off, unable to chip in. Searching is McKenzie. Lato in an unorthodox position up on the boxes leads to McKenzie's demise. Tech 9 from Tessus doesn't hit it. Lato's hitting everything. The triple shut down. No plant. Legacy 9.
Great round from Lato. Called upon there. Shuts things down with ease. And the openers in the second half continue to flow. They've only dropped one so far. That was McKenzie with the scout on the second round to play. Otherwise, love that from Art playing for info. Breaks it open. Even gets the kill. You see what I mean as we get back into the game. Carrigan just has Kevlar and a Galil. Okay, a Galil, but at least he's got head armor. So nothing for the T side of Falcons yet. 4 straight rounds and only 5 casualties. Legacy are heating up.
Nectar smoke from Carrigan keeps the mid presence. Nothing off of his smoke break playing from out this time.
And Nissam's on his own for now, but he has another smoke, right? They stuffed the choke point deep. They've given him an extra one to work with in case he is pounced upon. The rotation will be through. Now in window. And nothing ventured, nothing gained for Falcons. They haven't really taken any map control whatsoever. They don't know what the setup looks like at all, hoping that there's an overstep of the mark. Hoping that Legacy take another peek as they did in the previous. And now, Dumau will find himself in the right position over towards B alongside Nissam. Slow and steady into the B split, starting to wear into action now. Smoke is very deep.
That's a nice shot to Art. Ooh, doesn't hit the follow-up, somehow a second chance. Peeking on in from the short side, pressure onto the Dumau hold. I thought they would buckle. Nissim gets away with it. On his low HP, even finds himself another one. Kioske overwhelmed. Falcons sent back to spawn. They still have not won a round on this second half of play. What a shutdown. That was what, like 4 Ts committing in? 2 from Legacy in defense. We'll see that in the replay. Lato with a nice chip in onto Carrigan, sure, but it's Nissim finding 2. 1 on that low HP.
They're not being put under any pressure on this CT side right now. There's no early fights that are causing them any issues, and when there was that pace from Falcons, what was going to be a B split early, they missed the window smoke. It's tough when you're missing those details. It means you don't really want to play at pace in case it happens again, but they will try their luck on an A execute. Playing retake, you've got Lato and Try over towards CT spawn. They're going to try and charge into this. The flashes need to be good if they want to win this round.
Yeah, will you be able to stop Try? Will you be able to keep him humble? Flash did force him off. They're out, stretching their legs, closing that gap towards CTs. Lato hoping to be overlooked here. They do nail it, the bait and switch. Lato onto Kioske's hunt, and Carrigan walking through smokes. Art right next to him. This one's funky. Art gets him. He's still got a couple of bullets, unable to finish off Nico. It's a distraction though. And Falcons drop like flies.
You want the good news?
Yes, please.
That's their first plant in this second half of play. Ooh. 6 straight rounds now, running away with things up to 11, just 2 more. And this is a statement from Legacy within the series.
This is a statement for Legacy at EWC.
The type of opponents they've had on this side of the bracket. If you're Legacy, when the draw goes down, you think, oh, great. We're not on the easy side. We have to fight everybody under the sun. Try plugged in, they're not skipping a beat. This is a team that has made some deep runs. But is sometimes a bit hot and cold, but right now, now torching Falcons. Carrigan, how do you call your team into this? You have just McKenzie, who was fragging up a storm on that first half, but nobody is getting going here on the second. Eight kills in 6 rounds. The final tactical timeout from Zonic called. And this one, it's not getting out of control. It is. Zumau enjoying this, taking it in.
Nothing working on this T side.
So if Falcons can get anything before Legacy wave goodbye to map number 1.
Nico, 4 path straight into mid, finds Zumau. Opening death for him.
The first opening Nico's been involved in all map long.
Chose a good time to post it. They are desperately in need. Just cracking the seal, finding one. On your T side, just to start the engine.
They're making a move, but silently on this CT side.
Looks like there's a collision course set, and Lato has been phenomenal. Again in the right place. McKenzie and Nico short side. Oh, hang on. Try on the jump across. Okay, info on McKenzie's location draws Lato's attention. Doesn't look back in time. Carrigan finds him. Just 3 up against all 5 of the Falcons. This has to be their round. They've lost McKenzie. Now Kioske. It's catastrophe. Complete collapse. Okay, 1v2 for Tessus. Has he got it in him? Nissim surely has it from CT. He can knock him off that bomb. Swings on in. Inaccurate. Doesn't even have his gun out. Poor Tessus booked. Legacy keep it going.
You're about to be blanked, Falcons. You got nothing on this T side.
Rough.
If you're Carrigan, you want to allow your players to play. Nico goes at mid, he finds the opening kill, but now you have to call them out of a hole. He was doing a lot of micromanaging, a lot of talking from the ramp there. They get what they need, 2 opening incisions, it's a 3v5, and then blink, you miss it, everybody's dead, bomb doesn't go down, and this could be the final round.
This could be the first map Falcons have lost here at EWC. And in such a stunning way, Legacy have managed to take control of this game.
Maps pop.
Pacey. Nice headshot, there's Lato. Tessus sidelined. Nico out, undetected. Never mind, he's been spotted on his descent. It's easy for Lato, that's 2 kills. Oh. Make it 3, taps off the head of McKenzie. Throw in the towel. This one is done. The start to the series, Legacy's pick of Mirage, and they sail to being 1-0 up in this series, this quarterfinal. Falcons had the edge, a 7-5 half. You think, okay, we're going to see every round of regulation. And you would be wrong. Legacy dominance on display to start.
What an absolute statement that is, picking up right where they left off at CAC just a couple of months ago. A best-of-5 grand final ever, Falcons. This is a quarterfinal. This is nothing in comparison, as they have made absolute light work of that. It's Dust2 up next. It's Falcons to defend their honor. But Lato in that form. Stubborn calling, still gets himself 5 on the half, wins out a clutch. Legacy are here to play. We're going to find out if they are here to stay. Enjoying what
Thank you, Sponge Machine. And as we take a look back, Legacy came in with a new map in the pool this time around, and it is paying dividends. Dupree, I was a little bit worried about halftime.
Yeah,
they silenced those doubts in the second half.
This is exactly one of the reasons why you cannot really not look at Legacy and thinking this is going to be an easy match. You can't really look at them as a team that we should be beating, because what they just showed this time around just paints a picture of a team that is on the rise, and we can tell that they're moving back into why they were a team to look out for in 25. You can also look at the painting of a picture of a team that is very stubborn, specifically on their T sides, but when they turned their attention to CT, they had a lot of good rounds and by far the better team on the server today.
Yeah, that was a very strange map, I think, especially in the first half, but I thought maybe Legacy missed out on an opportunity to have an even stronger first half, and it might cost them the game, but fortunately for them, Falcons had nothing on their own T side, right? Just couldn't get anything going, and yeah, a dominant CT side from Legacy wins them the map.
We're going to be diving into some detailed breakdowns. I want to start with you, Dupree. You carved out rounds 4 and 5. What do you see?
Well, in 4 and 5, that is again the stubbornness that I talked about. It's the B explosiveness in their executes that is just really coming into fruition here, and you can just tell they rush in the piss around. This is the first buy on the T side. It's a B pop, and I think they expect Carrigan to be it, but they do find manacy. So this spearhead of Dumao is actually taken out pretty early in the round. But obviously at this point they've spent so much utility that they have to keep going. And Manacy gets a second one, and this one gets a third one and buys that all-important time for Nico to roll in and just clean up the table. And at this point, this was a very important round for Falcons to kind of stop that momentum. But then, you thought Legacy, they want to try something different, but nope, they just do a complete replica of what they just did. Duma once again goes down. Manacy again on point, finding him in the beginning, gets a second one at this time around, but Lado gets a way better entry into the bomb side. But Nico again showing up to be that pillar to set up the defensive line to buy the all-important time for Falcons to rose it in. And at this point, these rounds, it paints a picture of Legacy. They found something on that beat bombs that they want to be abusing, and they're not going to give in, because this was not the only time throughout the game that they continued to do this.
Yanko, this next one says, Yanko wants Dumal's deaths. Is this like he's sacrificing himself and we're going to give him great praise for being a martyr?
Just roll it and see for yourself, right? Like, this is arguably your second best player on the team, right? The guy that's super explosive, that should be the difference maker. This is his first gun round. Then this is his second gun round. This is all he got to do. And then even after this in the half buy, like, you buy again. Actually, it's another full buy, and you buy again, and now you rush in, and he dies again. Like, honestly, the rounds 4 and 5, you could somewhat justify them, right? Okay. It's the first gun round, you had a game plan, you went for it, Falcons had a good read, Manacy was there, he countered you, that's fine. You double call because, okay, they're not going to expect us to do the exact same thing. Manacy isn't going to be there again, but props to him. He was one step ahead. So back-to-back rounds, you get completely shut down by doing the same call. I can justify that to some extent. What happened from that point on is like gross negligence from the side of Art. Like, this is the type of stuff that he would do on Furia where, you have guys like K. Serato and Yuri, and you're like, what are you doing with these calls? Like, how can you play Counter-Strike like this? And I think he's relapsed today, into some of that. So if we have the rest of the examples for that to dive into it, because it's fine that you have like plans and you want to counter your opponents and you see some tendencies, right? But if it's not working, you can't just keep to it. Like, you need to be able to make adjustments. So after a few rounds, right, they do the same opening. It's just that this Molotov comes in, so they cancel. They were going to do the same B pop, right? But they cancel it, they go back, they actually end up winning this round by doing a slow B split. Following round, same opening. They just go for it right when they don't see the Molotov. This is the round where they actually got into the bomb site, but ended up losing it. Third round in a row. You go back to the same exact thing, and of course Manacy is there again and he kills. Like, this is no way to play Counter-Strike. Like, you cannot just flip a coin every time and pray that an op isn't gonna be there, that they're not gonna have good protocols. It was just ridiculous. I thought 5 rounds they got gift. Like, it was a miracle they got 5 rounds from how they played the gun round.
I'm gonna say it's kind of safe that you're surprised that Legacy walked away with the win.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously they won it on their CT side. Like, there it was, they played a strong CT side. Falcons couldn't win the pistol. They missed a smoke in the first gun round, lost the first gun round, saved 2 guns. It was just a really bad T side from them. But, if this stays the same for Legacy's T side, you're going to lose this series still.
But that's the thing, like, it comes down to a game plan. Like, they obviously spotted something they want to continue doing, but it was just too much. And that's the thing with the T side of Legacy in this one. It was too much. And at what point do they realize that if this doesn't work for you, then where do you turn?
And the thing is, like, even you could see the Falcons knew it. Manacy knew it. So he was there twice in a row. So they know what you're trying to do. And you still don't realize that and make the adjustment. There were timeouts. Actually, when they took a timeout, their coach actually called a slower default. And of course, they won around again, right? Like, they punished the aggression from Falcons. So it's just crazy. Like, you have to completely change it. You can't have the same approach in these last 2 matches.
Well, gentlemen, before the match, you told me there were 3 names in the world that were all in contention for the #1 spot. We're going to see Zywoo and Donk in our next match, the final quarterfinal of the night. But in this one, Manacy was also on that list. How did he perform in game 1 so far?
He was the only one that kind of turned up today. And he was being a big nuisance to Legacy, not only in the B openings, but also when he rotated over to the bomb sites in late rounds. He's always a force to be reckoned with. And it's always difficult when you go up against an Arbor of his caliber that has this output that you can just tell by the 7 opening KD here. Like, he had 7 opening frags, and he's the 22 and 13. They lose this map quite heavily, and he still has this kind of performance. It's good to see, you know, that is one of the reasons why he is in contention of being the best player in the world right now. But still, we need more out of the team because he can't carry this solo.
It wasn't their map pick. They get theirs next. Before we get to that discussion, I want to check in with the Brazilian fan base. We got our co-streamer Gaules live from the EWC floor. Gaules, can you hear me amongst the drums?
Yes.
It's getting loud in here, my guy.
It's all fine.
Now, when we first had you on, I said you were a big Furia fan. You corrected me and said you are a Brazilian Counter-Strike fan. How proud are you of Legacy so far? They're up 1-0 over the Falcons.
So proud because these guys are very young and talented guys. We know them for a long time, and it's incredible to see this making matches against Falcons and players, the players that Falcons have. Was a masterclass, the first map for us.
Gaules, do you think it's a possibility that Legacy might win this one 2-0, or do you think it might go all the way to a third? But because we have Dust 2 coming up, and we know how good Falcons play that one.
We expect that will be a hard match, but we understand that maybe we can close 2-0. The guys from Legacy, they are, if Nissin, Lato, Dumal, Art, if Try is the new addition, if they are in a good day, they can put 2-0 in the score. We know that these guys can be, in the beginning of this tournament, I say to my stream that this guy can win any tournament in the world, for me.
Gaules, I know you have all the inside info, right? Tell me, why does Art hate Kerrigan so much? Why does he want to go B every round, man? He just, every gun round, I'm going to go B. I'm going to find Kerrigan.
We say that Art is a dog. Oof, oof, the dog Art. And the dogs loves to catch the ambulance, right? In Brazil, if a dog see an ambulance, they oof, oof, the dog of Art. That's why.
We've had a whole lot of woofing on this show. I'm really happy what Counter-Strike brings to the table. Gaules, real quick, though, if you're looking at the 5 players on the stage, who do you think deserves the most credit for their success? They're guaranteed top 8. They're 1 map away from breaking into our Final Four.
For any team?
For any team. For mostly this team, Legacy. Let's talk Legacy.
Legacy. For me, I love the Nissin. For me, Nissin, it's a very talented guy. It's a hard position that he had yesterday against Navi. He did a very strong map and match. For me, Nissin, my favorite, and Art. I love Art too, and everyone, but Nissin and Art, for me, it's the best ones.
Thank you very much, Gaules, for joining us here on the Watch Party. We got to let you go because we've got another map to talk about. Yanko, it's going to be the Falcons map pick. I just saw the Rocket League champions from the Falcons walk around. Everyone is here to find out, will the Falcons bounce back? Their match is against the wall here. You lose, you're done at the tournament for Counter-Strike 2.
Yeah, and they need to reset immediately because the T side was non-existent. And arguably, Mirage is their weakest map at the moment, but you're going to start on T side of Dust, right? So if you have a slow start, remember last time Legacy was playing in their face, Dumal with those aggressive cat plays, so they're going to have to hit the ground running to avoid elimination here.
And I know you have 3 star players on your side, but if you want to have one of them showing up, and I know Monty had a really good game, and he also does some of his best work on Dust 2, but we want to be seeing more out of the rest of the squad because Monty can't carry it alone.
It's going to be a fun ride. Falcons fans know they need their team to perform. It could all come down to Trackmania and, of course, Fortnite. But here on the Counter-Strike stage, we have 2 more quarterfinals. We are going into map 2 at 42 seconds. So real quick, Yanko, for anyone just joining the show, we're about to watch the best team in the world, second best in Falcons?
The best.
The best team in the world against the wall against number 12. Where do you have them in your power rankings?
Well, I think they've shown, right, they're still new for the team. There's still a lot of things to be done, but this is a real good showing for them as a new team, and or at least getting try into the team. So anything can happen at this point.
Falcons win at least 1 pistol round here to show you why they're the best team in the world, and we go into the decider.
You guys told me to watch Nico. I wasn't happy. Am I about to be?
I mean, he's, watch him. He's ripped.
It's time to watch Nico flex on Dust 2. Lock in. It's Counter-Strike at EWC.
Direito. Splitear de novo, pode ir. Pode ter acabado liga. Esquerda da liga e a escada. Esquerda da liga pode ir arte. Liga morto, mais um. Morto. Dois base. O planta aberto é meu.
Tá. Tem base.
O fechado na real meu. Fechado é meu. Clicou. Default.
Nice! Boa! Caralho, Traz, isso é insano, moleque.
Boa, Trazinho, boa arte.
Boa, guys.
Virou LP já.
Survival stage here for Fortnite over at the Korea City Grid. So, of course, Lauren is going to give us an update, expectations. I know you guys just started.
Yes, that's correct. We're only in match number 2 right now, so we don't know anything because we're playing 10 matches today. So we still have a lot of gameplay left to go. However, the big storylines that we're going to be following out of this group of teams is the fact that AGAL, a team who was expected to dominate Group B yesterday, did not do that, and they are now here with us in survival stage.
They're cursed.
Not doing so great. They're going to need to pick it up today if they want to make their way through to finals. But then even from a CC point side of things, we also do have Furia and T1. And after that first match, T1 is at the top of the leaderboard. So we're going to keep track of everything, see how it goes. But obviously, most notably, AGAL really needs to pick it up.
Do you think they will?
According to what everyone's saying, they should. And they did show that in Group B yesterday. They started a little bit slow and then kind of picked it up a little bit and then fell back off. So you can see that it's there. They are the 2-time EU champs. They should know how to handle this level of pressure. It's just about really locking in today and getting it done.
All right, well, let's see whether or not they'll be able to do it. And of course, as things progress, we'll let you know.
This one's going to be a bit more difficult for me to explain. I need you guys to visualize this one. All right. You guys are familiar with the Counter-Strike player Snacks?
Snacks, the player.
You know him? You guys know him?
Yeah.
Big man. Yeah. Okay. I want you to imagine Snacks is small like a chicken, but he's still Snacks, and there's 20 of him. So we got 20 little Snackses about 60 centimeters tall running around.
Snacks, you mean from the Snacks?
Yeah, Snacks, the Polish Snacks.
Would you rather fight 20 chicken-sized Snackses? Okay?
Or you fight one giant snack-sized chicken.
Wait, what? Snack-sized chicken.
You think you could fight a snack-sized chicken?
20 chicken-sized Snackses is a hard way to deal with.
Because they can overwhelm you.
Yeah, they're gonna grab you. They're gonna hold on.
I mean, how small they are?
A chicken, the size of a chicken.
Just kick them off.
Yeah. One.
I will kick off the movie. Even if you're trying to like hit with your legs or whatever, they're gonna grab onto them. They're gonna start biting you and shit. Like it's gonna be awful. But like one snack-sized chicken.
Yeah, one chicken of the size of Snacks.
Do you know they have like beaks and claws and stuff, right?
It's easier to fight one big guy than 20 small ones.
You know this from experience?
I know this from experience.
Oh, okay.
Good chicken scaled up to the size of Snacks.
You'd want to fight that?
Just have to go for the legs, I think.
Oh, you think of the tactics?
It sounds better if you win against 20 small chickens. So 1v2.
No AOE.
Hey, if you win, it sounds better in the story. So 1v20.
When you see the big one, it's like you're scared. About your eyes is scared. But when you see 20, you're like, oh, I'll start it, and you.
Technically, we could have 4 stacks of 5 mini snacks on each other's shoulders, and then there'd kind of be like 4 snackses.
Yes. Okay.
Oh wait, they have the hands and everything?
Yeah, they're just little tiny humans.
So, like, let's say they reach around.
Yeah, that's about a chicken, I reckon.
That's about like a skull kick. Yeah, I take this one. I take this one.
Also, to take one is good, like 1 versus 1.
Yeah, but it's a big chicken though.
Bro, like. You would need just to catch him in a good position, you know, like.
Yeah, the big one, I think. Okay. It's like, at least it's 1v1. There's multiple, you know, you need to have cardio because it's gonna be a long fight, probably.
Okay, all right. Well, you're thinking about the cardio element, all right.
So it's not a human, you know, like maybe she's gonna think I'm a friend or whatever, and then I come and like.
At his size, but he's like this?
Yeah, Snacks is like 6'4" or something.
He's huge. 20 chickens, little
20 chickens?
Yeah,
20 chicken snacks.
Shoot them away.
Like football?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
We were there for every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind, and we're here now. The proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion, reach your impossible.
All right, some Trackmania action happening right now, Chris, and I'm not gonna lie, we're both pretty locked in. So while you do your job, I'm just gonna watch this and you can tell me what's happening CC related.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I have been pretty locked in on Trackmania. It's been so interesting over the last few days. Today, though, is more about the decider matches. So these teams right now are trying to get themselves through into our final day, which is tomorrow. That's really where all the CC points are actually going to be decided. Over here in Trackmania, you got the GO in Carl Jr., but you also have this new prodigy coming through in Neon. He's going to be really interesting to watch tomorrow. But today, really, it's about the teams who are trying to qualify through. The real big story today is Pac. He is, well, former world champion, and the guy that won DreamHack Birmingham to qualify here, he plays for Vitality. He still is not through to that final day. He's having to do it the really long way. That's what he...
We're back in business. The first time we get to see Legacy play Dust 2 with new AWPA Try and versus Falcons on their most played map and a must-win map, given they lost out on Mirage, and there's a lot more at stake. Sure, quarterfinals, they've got sights set on the trophy, but it's also a whole lot of cash. If Legacy can play spoiler, not just to Na'Vi on their pursuit of club championship glory, also Falcons frontrunners, who, if they were to win the entirety of Counter-Strike, if they were to lift the trophy Sunday, it would assure it. And that would keep it wide open if Legacy could throw a knockout blow here on Dust 2.
Extra organizational pressure there, but now just trying to defend the moniker of Counter-Strike's world #1. Execute lined up. It's going to be Mato back of the site, and Nissim tucked in with dual Berettas, ready to unleash the fury.
Lato had a great first map. Can he track heads and provide here on the pistol? Molly makes it difficult. Nissim was blind, still manages to find some output, removing m0NESY, who was the only player in the double digits.
Quick retake.
And here, just trying art though. Oh, nice tab. Tracks Carrigan, a 2v4 goes 3. Doesn't want to overextend himself, wants to enable, try to synchronize, and slowly, methodically gonna close the gap a little. Head-to-head with Nico. Oh, he's found it cleanly. It's 2v2. This was supposed to be a guarantee for Falcons, starting off with a pistol. Yanko demanded it. Oh, and a click, quick click. Tessa's in the clutch, pivot. Just got to live. Just got to play the clock. Oh, head-to-head. Tessa's down. Legacy, turn it around.
Ooh. You think that the last half of Counter-Strike we just witnessed was unforgivable. That one is going to rub salt in the wound. The aim looking on point for Legacy, poised in that, and nothing to lose going into this one.
Yikes.
They know they've got that third map in the back pocket guaranteed. I can't believe Nissim gets a kill there. Carrigan, he's having to unleash Try. That is a beautiful shot. The only way back in, and steadies his aim. It's up to have another captain's clutch. Dantuma loves that. I think he's at Paris Disneyland after that one. All right, well, bomb goes down. Force coming through.
When in doubt, give Kioske an AK.
It was relatively quiet. Map #1, but so was everybody unless your name's m0NESY. He was great in the openers, great with the multis, and great up against Art's game plan in the first half, but then it just fizzled out. Carrigan's probably going to feel a bit more responsibility with the calls now on this T side. Yeah. Let you make your plays in that first map, and you didn't stick the landing. You even missed window smokes. Right now, you're going to have to reel them in. Try and call your team to some success. So far, not a single T-side round of the series. How long will that last?
This is a very disruptive setup. Art, he's going to get the first contact. Attention drawn towards him, and then Try can feast with his MP9. Kioske, though, with a head-to-head. Doomau's here as well. Ooh, good one from Kioske. Kept humble. Back and forth. Output from Try. Still solid for 2. It's m0NESY Scout, the difference maker. You've got access to the site. It's granted. You've picked up rifles. Looks like you might already be given the good graces of Legacy. Nissim and Lato don't look interested in this one.
Just going to hold on to their guns. So Lato over towards B, and
making some space is Nissim.
Yeah, good difference maker there, that frag from m0NESY.
So no, it looks good. It's also very fragile, right? It requires you lining them up and knocking them down, and it felt like they should have at that point. The SMG able to find a huge amount of output as Nissim will put his to good use. Carrigan down. And with how far away Nissim is, I think that confirms for m0NESY and Tessus that it will be the save. But Kyosuke finds them the opening kill there through shore, and important stuff to get the account open. Just as I was saying, not a single T-side round yet. There you have it on the board. As we enter the Force by Wars.
With FAMAS and MP9 saved.
So Nissim gets himself a scout there at the final second, so he can throw that over to try. Even as a Deagle picked up, so this can still be a pretty punchy round. It just depends on the pace that Falcons want to operate with. They have a lot of B spawns, nothing just to jaunt out long, and that's always risky. Sonic having a word with League Ops there, but we are underway. Oh, missed smoke. Absolute no man's land, so not going to cost them anything. Wasn't a pacey play, but not the first time we've seen them miss some of those details. Cost them on the first gun round back on Mirage. Couldn't land the window smoke. Carrigan runs out, goes down for free. It's transitioning the defense now back into something a little bit more B-centric. Deep nade. Slight damage done. Try can get back towards car or ramp with the scout. Ooh, this setup is still going to be quite... Ooh, more missed nades. It's
funky.
Yeah, not what you're expecting, right? They played this map 20 times. One at 15. Not quite vitality numbers, but still pretty impressive. Long push, Art to make the space, do out a trade, all congregated on short, pressure will be on try, the timing of this, that smoke's still up, not fading just yet towards short.
It's exactly what m0NESY was and is holding for. While they line up this util, m0NESY responsible for the flank, there's going to be so many backs turned. m0NESY perfect in the off angle, Art overlooks, and a second!
Split second! Oh, Counter-Strike timing!
It's a cruel mistress. Nice tracking, nails the headshot onto Carrigan, does try. Kyosuke for that response. There's a flash, set himself up.
That's another.
What a hell of a double. Tessus finally stops him.
Again, on the opposite side of the map, Lato and Nissim haven't been able to rotate in time. I think with the two dying with that long push, they were already considering the save. Try puts up resistance, they didn't rotate over, and well, if they did, maybe you could have a conversation about getting back into that one. So retaining the guns again. Means that round number 4 will still have something to fight with. So it's just a matter of time until this one is confirmed. Backing off, looking to retain these AKs, and no dramas in doing so. A couple of players lined up, it would have been much tougher for m0NESY to hit shots like that with all those bodies potentially blocking the line of sight. This is great from Try. Good damage done, but as mentioned, the rotation not there, and Tessus, important. That could have gotten out of control, and Zonic, he has to be stressed. Blanked second half of the last map.
Yeah, it's not like it was like a close affair that you narrowly lost. It was your boys couldn't do anything in a second half of play, in a quarter-final.
I think m0NESY ended up with still a bonkers rating, but he was the only one really connecting anything, and the game plan for both teams was strong, right? Art wanted to abuse Carrigan on B. Carrigan called over m0NESY, and m0NESY put on a show. So the eco behind the saves. Clamp down in mid available. Art blocks B, trying to force their hand into this long, very quiet.
Yeah.
That space is being taken swiftly. You can see Tessus already out towards the blue bin, Kyosuke with him. And with all the U2, you get this AWP in the pit. Right? With all your nades, you can throw out a smoke. You can bait out flashes. You can bait out their smoke. Right? This is something that should be very easy to finish right now if you're Falcons. Your biggest worry is if you run the clock too light. So I'd like to see them attempt to put that pressure on long before we get to that 50-second mark.
Yeah, Carrigan's going to be flashing spotted.
Now accelerate long. You have to. You got to go.
And they will. They're going to run down Carrigan, doom out. Not really the weapon you need. The boost, though, might give an angle for this ramp fight. They're going to get burned out. Oh, still hits the shot. Does Kyosuke onto Kyosuke. Carrigan and Kyosuke gone. Had to hit that, did McKenzie. Nissim, gone. Or put to good use. Still not going to be easy for Legacy to find the extra 3. Smoke on short buys time. Off of that bomb. And a 10-second defuse as well. Not easy. Good find onto try.
Now just get out of there with this AK-47R. You want to look for a bit more damage and keep things softened up, but this has still been a stressful moment for Falcons. They are going to get their 3rd round. Again, it's guns retained. All these saves means that Legacy are going to be more threatening in future rounds, right? Because they've been stacking a bit of cash. They're not saving the most glamorous guns or Famises, but still, ability for the tri-AWP is there. Great shot, isn't it? You can see the restraint was still there. They waited until they'd thrown the molly, just didn't give it enough time to burn before picking. It's great to see Try in good form early. Argentinian leads Kioske there. It was a force against the Mongols during their round of 16. With the thought is that Legacy will take a tactical timeout. ADR on the mic. Also had some coaching changes this year, have Legacy. Find that recipe for success. This team always packing a punch, and we'll see now when the gun's coming out. Try into the AWP glass cannon. Has a HE to break open smokes. Falcons going to opt for McKenzie dropping down, taking a fight. So we might get the head-to-head clash. Them trade places now. Try's going to try his luck in middle. Now he goes back over towards A. Send Latto over to join Nissim over towards the B site to shore up for any mid to B or B plays. Just giving themselves as many options for that AWP to look for picks early. This time a bit cleaner on the default with the util. Latto perched.
2 more dismounts.
Oh dear. Could be an invitation to walk through if you're Latto.
Anti-flash.
Made it in again. Latto, he's hearing all of this.
He's still yet to commit. Now the block smoke thrown.
Oh, it's so tempting to try and walk through, especially as they start to throw utility over towards short. He knows. Oh, at least he thinks he knows.
Yeah, they come off that 3rd flash. This time Latto overlords. He's got ready for 1. Good output considering the flashbang connection. Bomb pivoting. Eyes on that radar because Nissim's got a lot of work to do. They've parked Kioske here in CT. Umau struggles to flush him out. Try trades. Just Nissim. 1 man versus 3 on B. Unloads his mag. Finds the first frag. Carrigan's gone, delaying the inevitable. Now McKenzie couldn't hit the shot, and that is Legacy. Finding number 2. Again, trying the feed for 2.
Good job there on that B anchoring, just slowing it down, making it a race against the clock. There's the money. Need to take a look at for the Falcons side. They're going to take a timeout. You would feel for Latto after being anti for the first 2.
Yeah.
Mid-door smoke, you're expecting him to start to channel up short. If he didn't get anything there, that could have been a death slam moment, but kept his cool as Try will polish that one off onto Tesses.
Crazy from Nissim. I mean, that is an anchor's dream. All the pressure on your shoulders and you're able to provide the multi, you're able to delay.
I know it's still early stages in this half, but at a certain point things are going to feel a little bit desperate for Carrigan in the calling department, so you might start using your spawns. When you have a team with all these stars, we even spoke about this with Kixon in the roster, you want to give your stars an opportunity to look for their fights, which means you as a leader needs to strike this balance between calling what I want to call and letting my players make their moves. At the start of these rounds, Mona's going to go, I have this spawn. Kioske is going to say, I want to do this. And then Carrigan has to either or say no or try and facilitate those type of moves.
Clear intent off of the rip.
I think it makes sense to play heavy towards upper tunnels when you have McKenzie on the AWP, right? Because more often than not, he's going to hit a tag or find a frag, and then you can pounce into B. But right now, no scope as Tries is posted up close long doors. Tessus, this is troublesome.
Wow. Tries having a map now. It's reminiscent of that Monacy CT half on Mirage. Carrigan walks to the smoke. Dumal can't beat him. All onto one man. Actually, tell a lie. He has help this time. Lato is over there. It's not just the Nissim show if they were to test B. Block doors. You've got 70 seconds for Falcons to retool.
Yeah, it's a good idea to reset there. They know that Lato and Nissim, the B defenders, are still alive. It's Dumal, the rotating rifler, and Carrigan. He continues to make the moves. Might catch this one for free. Try says no.
Just gets his eye to the scope there. Carrigan couldn't find the precision necessary. Advantage Legacy. Try on the line. He may not be done. The Argentinian sniper, 11 frags deep.
This is flat, 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's uninspiring, but you just got an individual like Kioske. He can walk into a site, demand
Has to be a walk-in. There's no util. Right? This has to be contact.
Yeah, and there's an AWP posted, ready for this fight. Kioske, down to try number 3. Uno, Dos, Tres, and Nico with no hope. Nearly found try the Galil, not quite as damaging. And that will be denied. Art gets the backstab in. That's a very convincing shutdown of Falcons' plans.
It's going to have to be the eco now. So they won the pistol, they lost the force. It's 2 back with the guns out, and you've humbled the money, so this is where you would like to have been a couple of rounds ago. Lacking some energy and attitude, our Falcons right now, and that's a tough thing for an in-game leader and a coach to solve. You can ask your players to bring more, but unless they oblige, you just have to sit by and try and call your way out of this. They are going to take a French timeout, somewhat fitting. He stays in spawn, and with these Glocks, this is the time right now if you're Carrigan to try and inspire the team. Tell them what you need. Ask for a bit of energy and give them these next minute and 55 down to a minute and 30 just to recalibrate, reset, focus at the task at hand. Going to be a whole lot of excitement in a round like this.
No, sir.
Not even a deagle. Just going to siphon out all of this utility from Legacy as got a couple of smokes, a couple of flashes and an incendiary left as we hit that 60-second mark. Going to try and pipe out long into Try, who has already found himself a couple of openers. The multi-kills are flowing, and well, this is a chance for Art to farm some up. SS is going to leap, see if he can draw that crosshair. Down to the 40 seconds. Hand is going to be forced in a moment's time.
Just seeing what Kioske finds on his short walk, and it's nothing more than a flash in the face. And it's time to play.
Yeah, you've got to go, boys. You've got to start making a move. There you go. Tessus leaps. Takes that, and he's just going to get a chance to get the in-game leader's tax 3 for his name. Try will grab the 4th and doom out the 5th as the 4th round is now confirmed. And Legacy, this is looking great. 3 straight rounds. Only lost 3 players in those rounds. That was the eco. You're not expecting a lot there. Curiously, this is a Legacy tactical timeout.
Talking of expecting a lot, I'm sure that is something that crosses Falcons' minds here. Walking out onto that quarterfinal stage, knowing there are expectations circulating. You just won the Cologne Major. Everyone's got expecting to see, you know, on the podium.
I think when you take a look at us and the second season of 2026, there's been musical chairs in a couple of the teams, but not the top dogs.
No.
Falcons have kept their roster as is, the same for Vitality, Spirit the same. Furia 2. Na'Vi didn't make a change. So it's more of these underlings, the hungrier teams who have made some moves, and Legacy looking good to at least make waves early on in the season. Tries fitting like a glove right now.
We've got pace out of Tessus. Test for Art. This time they're well equipped, and he will concede space.
It is a missed corner smoke towards long. Again, another basic, just not landing as is. It hasn't cost them.
Ooh, Lato audible. Nissim's aggression's going to be punished here. The barrel spotted. Did Carrigan not note that? Maybe not. Still shuts him down. Nissim, gone. Opening kill provided by Captain Carrigan. Lato does want to get out. He's trying to pull the ripcord here.
At least making it look like he wants to get out. Eventually backs off.
Saunters away.
And they've gambled towards mid and B right now with Carrigan. Tends to be the beacon of where these rounds are finishing, showing himself. They might be thinking a B pop light in wait, but no, it's out long. Nico with the support of 2, and they might just try and turn this into an A split with limited util. Smokes is all they have now. No flashes, no mollies.
Which is a little scary when Try's still in the server. Ooh! Big one. Onto Art. Kioske deletes him. 2-man advantage for Falcons that they must leverage. They must convert. Try goes looking for the fight. Trade comes through. Round winning. Shutting down that sniper. It feels like that's one of the first times they've actually managed to stop him from running away with a multi.
That looked premeditated, right? The fact Carrigan's in upper tunnels there. They use the spawns. They take the long control. They know what the reaction's going to be, and they get to level out the field again. Another round where guns are saved. Legacy have had players alive in every single round so far, so just continuing to hold on to these guns and play the long game. No issues with Try getting out the AWP, even though lost bonus bottom of the barrel, he's going to have that, and we know that Art could bring out a secondary. SS will have the AWP to give to Monacy within the next round. And they stop the streak of 3. Just as I mentioned it, that's exactly what Art has equipped himself with. So, see where Art wants to find himself.
I push you and René, you pressure long.
What about the next round to play already as Carrigan not celebrating the last?
Try getting Aggie, held by Monacy, boosted up for this exact fight. Catches his counterpart. Dooman will stick around in his forward stance. So vulnerable to a well-placed flashbang. Don't think twice. Nades are nice. Shrapnel finds 2 of the Falcons.
Try dead again. That's an invitation to go towards A.
Yeah, no one's on long right now. Ooh, Dooman spots Kioske, removes his head.
Remember, there's the secondary AWP.
Loud. And don't forget about, AWP on Art.
Push-pull trying to force these rotations. This time, not into upper tunnels for the info. They know they've lost long. They've still got this staunch position from Doom out towards short. Floating between is Lato and over towards Btnxsm, who more often than not finds himself on an island. A block smoke behind Doom out. They're getting tricky.
Nissim would love a smoke grenade at this stage in the game, but he's operating without.
If he can slow one, Lato can then flash.
It's Carrigan that's going to... Oh, Lato was throwing nades. Carrigan profits. Nissim knows what's up, though. Gets a heads up. Doomal's on his way. Removes Carrigan with the belated trade. It's Nissim tuck bricks and... Oh, a tag. A frag, no less. Art's actually taken down Tessus. Doomal's here. It's falling apart. Falcons fumble. Shut down by Doomal. Impact from him. 3 on the chip-in. And Art, a hard shot to hit with that secondary AWP, but he does nail it.
Yeah, and you can see that they had a very good understanding of the situation. The fact that flash comes in from Lato, I know he puts his life on the line for it, but that's assertive. They're not just allowing this one to simmer forward. That smoke behind Doomal as well. A little bit of a trap card, thinking they're more passive over towards A than they were. And this is well handled. This is impressive counter-strike.
I've got to admire it from Doomal. The fact he's like short, gets the trade Carrigan, and manages to find some help on B as well. Fair play. 5-4, weird one. You can take more risks. Look at that from Kioske, straight out, burrows in on the other side of the door smoke. Smoke break play.
They want to just turn this into a mid to B now. The fact that you have that room. Oh, Carrigan flushed forward.
He's not forced into the fight.
Walks back into the nade though, doesn't he?
50. Not ideal.
It's clear Falcons don't want to play with a pace. I don't want to allow Legacy to play heads-up Counter-Strike, but slow and steady, having a tough time of that as well. Ball control's theirs. Hearing this will be Dumao. Half blocks long. Try there for support. Looks like they're going to try and pipe out short.
Well-timed incendiary just as they threw the smokes. They go through it though. Dumao relays that information. They're onto the side. Nice shot from Try. Continues to be a thorn in Falcons' side. Kioske to provide the cover. Dumao does bide his time, wants to strike in unison. The CT side, they've shown their capacity for synchronicity. He just gets a freebie because of his patience. Tessus went up. Carrigan comes round, tries not looking, so orb removed. That's a good start. Quick reaction out of Dumao's there. Kioske needs the multi. Art will deny. It's another legacy round.
Falcons can't get their teeth into them. They don't know where they are. It's so slow, it's so steady, and then out of nowhere, you're dead. 6 rounds confirmed, 2-round gap, and I just think they need to start playing at a pace, right? Put your players in positions where they can fight back, because otherwise they don't even know where the jewels are coming from. Carrigan there, he gets the kill onto Try, but he oversteps immediately. He thinks he's needed. He goes down for free. Kioske gets one sure, but m0NESY has everything to worry about.
Really, really like the way the last 2 rounds Dumao's played. I love the way he's approached them.
And you have to look at how Falcons have gotten rounds on the board. They won the 4 spy. They're able to take control of the economy, but right now they are struggling with these gun rounds. And I say gun rounds, last round was cobbled together. This round is 2 as a partial. Next round with the 2900 will be full, and that's just to salvage the half.
Oh, Kioske is gone on a smoke spam. It was just Art solo. He manages to find an opening kill, and then Lato builds on top of it. Falcons falter.
That's a line by. You're not expecting a lot, but either way, it's just Legacy with a whole lot of confidence in these jewels, just happy to take them.
Giant Killers Legacy are taking strides. Supposed to be a comfortable map for the Falcons, but it's anything but comfortable here. Flash that Tech 9 around the corner. They're ahead of it. Supposed to in the dance. Lovely. m0NESY rectifies. Finds rifles. Lato this off angle's unusual, but oh, Nico's hitting shots too. Just in time. Issim looking to piece together that second. Try from the short side. Spotted Nico. Oh, they line up for him. The Argentinian sniper, Santino Regal.
2-for-1 special right there. An insult to injury, just as m0NESY tries to break them back in. Look at the face of Nico. Tessus. Second tactical timeout. You want to say, we got a bit unlucky there, boys. Well, no, you're in a 3v5. It was just a partial. You got to work hard for this. The run and gun, the scrappiness. m0NESY will get you the double sure, but this is the double that counted. Bang!
Line up. So nice we saw it thrice. Crazy. He's nonchalant about it as well.
He's a calm.
The comparison to the player that did it and everyone that saw it. Definitely a juxtaposition between the two, but I mean, if anything, it speaks volumes as to his, stable mind. Legacy like that one in the staff room.
Well, let's see, do they stay in motion, Falcons? Nico's got a long spawn, and that's about it. Another poor T-half. At least this time they got something on the board. Oh, the ambulance.
But not for Legacy.
Not ready again to clamp down on middle. Flash the ready from Lato. That'll set up Dumao. He's going to float back. Nade scuttles in. Doesn't find its mark. Avoided, but try.
Ooh, haven't seen this maneuver from him yet.
Another smoke behind play. Just going to play on the cusp of this.
And if you're Nico, do you stay vigilant? Yes, perfect awareness from Nico.
Where are the trickery? It's kill onto the AWP. And this conversation is it still 2 players towards B? Still Lato and Nissim. Well, we can see just Nissim.
Oh my gosh, Art did not expect Tessus to full commit to the spray there. Another advantage for Falcons, a heavy advantage to end this half at a respectable 7-5. Nissim's closed doors, it will be hard cleared. Nice from Kioske.
All right, well, they're going to get into B, 50 seconds, plenty of time, and Legacy have to give this one a go. Final round of the half. They're about to see sector clear. So Lato and Dumao. Legacy's duo for the longest time. Paired up to give a 2v5 a go. Best of luck, gentlemen.
Yeah, good luck, have fun.
Well, they are going to slowly make their way. This is not a round that they should have anything to say about, and Carrigan will confirm it. Just Dumal to find. A rotating rifle up. I think he just wants to be a bit of a nuisance. There's no way he's winning this round. Carrigan.
Go on,
They'll get it
Carrigan.
over nice and quick. Okay, salvaging Falcons. They're forced by a couple on the trot, and then spotty rounds towards the tail end of the half. We've got Fancy standing by to see if we can get some energy out of the Falcons fans.
Thank you so much. I am right here with the Falcons fans. Their backs are against the wall. They're not feeling too good about this. They have a long way to go, but I do want to ask you, how are we feeling about this match?
We're feeling good. Yeah, we know it. We know it. We are not taking the lead right now, but we know we will do the remontada and we will win, inshallah.
Well, the players can hear you right now, and this is your chance to cheer for them. So what do you want to say?
Just let's go, guys. You got this, and they will win, inshallah.
All right, let's see if they actually got this. And right now, we're going to jump back to the match.
Getting into that second half then.
A pistol and they're back in it.
That's all it takes.
It just has felt flat. It's not as punchy, right? We talk about this team as all the individuals. Monacy, Kyosuke, Nico. That's before we get talking about the calling. The Legacy. They're happy to take the fight, and
so is Monacy.
Right up the guts.
Yeah, right up mid, and actually immediately deleted by Dumal. Long range Glock headshots. Pluralized as he finds another one. This is so quick, and now it pulls Nico understandably away, and you've got the timing for try. Run boost, extra diligent, launching Lato across to the ramp side, spots out Nico and distracts him well enough for try on that backstab. This one is not going Falcons' way. Both pistols, legacies.
You say both, that's all 4 in the series so far. Shell-shocked is how the Falcons look, the energy. It's not there. Today they're not here to play, but Dumal is. Nothing's hitting, but he's not taking a single bullet. How is he getting away with that? It's insane. These are players we talk about their aim, their pedigree.
Crazy.
Right now they are just getting pantsed.
Will they win another second round though? That could be quite a redemption. Art doesn't seem to think so as he strides to blue bin. There is an incendiary making life miserable and forced into Nico. A perfect way to be gifted a rifle. A bit of an overstep from Art.
No immediate pivot. I don't know how many players were towards long. Definitely a couple. They can't just run in towards B. It's not an open site. Kyosuke here mid to B. Constricted now by a CT smoke. So Art gets to be the puppet master from the grave, the in-game leader. Watching his teammates try and piece this one together. Nico being boosted on the toolbox. He'll be covering off the mid to B.
I really like that problem solving, not only with Nico's blue bin molly giving him an AK, but now boosting him up for the mid to B. It's just very hard to get past. He's a pro in this position. We'll have a sight line over the top of that smoke. And oh, Lato!
Sit down.
MP7 headshot, weird now, no one's looking. Kyosuke distracted. And Legacy sail straight back into their winning ways. I thought for a second with that opening out of Nico, we had something.
Try is 19 kills deep right now. He is...
he's at home.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way to put it. This is where the game gets away from you. 3 players are going to stay alive here for Falcons.
Sad's in out, try in, a month to integrate. And he's looking so comfortable.
It was weird in the offseason when Nissim essentially benched himself.
He did the okey dokey, yeah.
And they worked this one out in the wash, and it couldn't be looking better right now. The body language is very telling for me when Falcons play, especially from Carrigan. They retain an AK, a couple of those pistol upgrades, 9 confirmed.
I will remind you at this stage in the game at 9-5, already a map down are the Falcons. Being eliminated here in that quarterfinal does blow that club championship conversation wide open once more. Everyone expected it would be a bit of a shoe-in for Falcons just to
win a couple of games here.
Win a couple of games.
It's not a drama.
Legacy are looking to add another name to the naughty list.
Let's see if Monacy can get going. It's not the AWP in his hands, it's that retained AK. Starts over towards B. Faster than this Legacy, straight down, charging through lower tunnels. No secret of the position. They know they're up against the lighter buy again. Back roll mentality.
Yeah, Nico's Deagle, you know it can be deadly. It also can whistle a couple shy. Texas 5-7. Stabilizes. That's the bomb on the back of try. You've got to be careful when you commit that in. They are running into Kioske. Playing up close. He doesn't choose to swing and they're allowed to leave. Carrigan, that was audible. Hopes it would slow their crawl and deter a pivot to the A site. Acting bigger than he is, and it might have worked. Util towards the back of B. m0NESY might lose that sight line, and good setup for Kioske's headshot. Nissim down to Carrigan. Falcons have hit all the necessary shots. There's just one man to get past. It's Try, and he is in it to win it. Expecting that quick pivot with 40 seconds left. He's got an open runway towards that A site. They know m0NESY and Kioske were both on B. He'll make his move. A 1 versus 3. This could very well be a nail in the Falcons' coffin if he can pull this one off. He's having one hell of a game. But brought down, trying to get across, trying to play it smart, get tricky with it. An important double kill out of Kioske puts him from 6 to 8 on the fragging total.
Yeah, it's weird seeing a Deagle playing the tall box, right? 5-7 there, not too bad, but he makes it look like one. So something to get the conversation flowing in the second half. Their first round comes to the third time of asking, and this was a little bit more limited than the previous, but they did have that 8K to work with. Obviously, we'll get his AWP, and that's going to feel like a fumbled opportunity for Legacy. Chance to get double digits as quick as you like out the gates into the second half. Now you're going to have to work hard for it.
To the scoreboard, it looks a little bit like the Falcons' mirage. You know, Try is m0NESY in this scenario. Just 21. Everyone else struggling to breach the double digits. Zoom out just about.
They're going to pop through this.
Okay.
Oh, okay. They're calling it off. It looks like it.
It's a very good call considering what was on the other side.
Yeah, not to know it's fought long strong, but a molly and then a smoke of their own, right? They were looking to extinguish and go. So pivoting elsewhere, trying to take this mid control. Now given the good graces of the short space. Dumal will be able to confirm that in a moment if he jumps on up, but worried about infiltration in towards the upper tunnels. Just trying to rotate back. Our Falcons. Smoke towards the mid doors to cross. Dumal wasn't going to let it be easy. So Peppers through. They get back to the normal setup. Tessus and Kioske over towards B. Nico, the rotating rifler. Carrigan anchoring long, and m0NESY with his AWP primed and ready. Active from Carrigan. Confirms it's not a late long pop.
Yeah, with m0NESY on that line now, you feel you're quite assured that the A site won't just collapse.
Starting to clamp down on middle now, Falcons. They're ready to be quick on the flank once short utility lands.
Oh yeah, it's going to be rapid, right? You got Nico close by, Kioske too. And this is the util that will lead them to start investigating. 27 on the clock. m0NESY anti-flash, and wow, flash indeed, quick. Fade to black for Dumal. Ready for his next. 18 seconds, they have to cross this sight line. He's missed one though. Try two, Nico overcomes. Art's there, scuttles the smoke, Nico gets the vision necessary, tracks another. Just Lato and Nissim getting picked apart, shredded at the seams, 5 alive for Falcons.
Okay, that's more like it. It's like Mirage, it's a weird spot for the Legacy buy. We saw Art called them into a force fight with similar money back there. I'm not sure he wants to do the same right now. You mentioned it. Let's try putting in the shift. It's really just impact kills required from individuals now when you're only 4 rounds away from getting this done. Unlikely anyone's going to catch him. But they will take the save. Deagle for Lato. One for Try. P250s for Dumal and Nissim, and Art with a Glock and a couple of flashes. How much value you get out of this?
Oh, there's some value! Sit down, m0NESY tries Deagle, does something. Nico's AK does everything as he holds the line on short. That is an unusual result for m0NESY, not used to getting Deags down like that. Nico's held on, 4 kills from him. Nice tracking. USP headshot, removing Dumal, and he wouldn't mind the 5th.
But Eco bash ace, why not? Creeping through, finds the frag, Nico takes all 5. to the delight of the crowd, but still, that's an eco. The guns are where we need to turn our focus. No AWP for try. No long spawns for Legacy. Honestly gets his back. Be consecutive. Let's see if they can make it 4. This could be a B rush. It's either a B rush or a B pop. Something fast.
Yeah, B-door smoke from Art. Blocked.
They're going in.
They're going. Missing with a point to prove. Tessus readies himself. There's m0NESY, immediate chip in. The 1-2 from the car position. Try and Lato holding on, getting in. The site is theirs.
Take a screenshot. Let's see how this one unfolds.
Truly. I always find that smoke so valuable for a CT side to keep the options open for a walk through the door.
They have to wait for Carrigan though. He's pushed long. He's a long way to this. So smokes will start to fade. It's just flashes on Art. They might want to make a move with these out window on try. Another door smoke lands.
How do they play this? Art masterful around the smoke typically. m0NESY's picked up extra nades. This is going to feel like a very long 40 seconds. Held on to him as incendiary. Position now noted. If he peeks again, he's a dead man to the AWP. There's Nico. He provides, and perfect from the Falcons on the way back in there. No missteps. We've got a tight ball game.
They might make that look easy, but I can tell you they were sweating as part of that retake. It's not an easy round to win. Sure, you have the man advantage, but it's tough to break. Those lurk smokes could have been used against them as they scuttled them in for the question. Good response time from m0NESY to get there to assist Tessus. He gets his. They do concede the plant and the site. With the loss bonus starting to trickle upwards, they can continue to apply the pressure, but we're all tied up 9-9. Yeah, I was going to take the tactical timeout. He's going to get the conversation flowing with Art, and looks like a partial coming together now. Try in with a scout. A little Btnxsm. Demel yet to buy. He could go hero AK. I wouldn't mind it. Bash is stacked high for Falcons. This was the eco bash in the previous. Easiest kills of his life right here. But mandatory, someone's got to get him. This time it's going to be an eco.
Let's go.
It won't be going in the highlight reel. Demel's gone the Galil. He's hedged between the two. And they have a good amount of nades, so there's no reason Legacy can't rip this one away with how they've been playing. On control established and guaranteed with a deep smoke. Carrigan, if he feels like he has to do a little bit more because the team is lacking, we could see him go for another long push. Peppered through, Doom out in exchange with Nico. The tag damage as we settle into this one now, 1 minute and 10. Set up for what looks like a B split. The crisscross on the menu.
So short molly and the lurk smoke simultaneous. Tessus has nothing to report on his smoke spam. Pressure amplified. Block smoke doors is good. Tessus freed up to focus on the lurk push. There's one. There's two. Legacy hit the wall. Unable to provide. Nico controls the spray. Masterful. It's all 5 alive for Falcons as they will take the lead.
Another one of those. A couple of rounds in this half now where they've been able to keep all 5 alive.
Got themselves a nice bed of cash as well to rest on.
Doesn't surprise me either that they're hedging towards long Falcons because the game plan from map number 1. There we go, a bit of fire, a bit of energy. Just assessing the buy. They know the loss bonus is in play, so expect the guns again, surely. Starting 4 towards A, 2 up short, 2 for the long shutdown.
Yeah, we've got another biff on long. Lato guarding aggressively, just starts to spam with a white screen. They return fire, it's up for the fade. Carrigan caught out. Lato smoke spam, strong. Nico just considering his options. He wants to dump Deagle bullets into the corner, and the nade does good damage, finishing Doomau down to 20. So Now it's Falcons with an opening disadvantage. That opening kill.
Now, they started too short, and they've seen nothing mid, nothing lower tunnels just yet. That's not confirmed, but nobody's even poked their nose out. Lots of nades still available for Falcons for the block. Now, they can use it to stuff the choke and keep them back towards pit, just like this. Or they can use this U2 on the cross. So going to hold on to the HEs and the incendiary there to make this a whole lot tougher. Try has the line. During all of this, Tessus has investigated upper tunnels. The action on the other three because the fight's coming their way now.
No swing off the flash. That's the last of the smokes. They have to get across on this, and Art and Lato start to pass forward. Late on the smoke break. MonaCi short kept at bay by the flame. This is diligent. Nissim's found Tessus on that lurk. Yosuke has to be the hero off the flash. They were reloading. Good from Lato. Awkward for Falcons. Nico and MonaCi side by side. 2v4. Have you got anything you can say about this? Nissim looks like he can book Nico here. Yeah, gets him. Easy pick. And MonaCi helpless. Hope and a prayer. Missed flick. Overcome. He's got a big problem with the flank as well. The door is locked, so he can tie things up once more.
Don't do any damage here. Take some guns with him, force out these replies. MonaCi takes the first into Lato.
Yeah, Cash is not a problem. He wants kills. And Nissim's the one to find 3. Gaules his favorite, we learned.
Well, the way he played against Na'Vi yesterday, you can understand why. It was a question of can he do that again today, and I don't think anybody would have been expecting him to. It's Try putting on a show, and Carrigan stay behind the smoke. It's not a wall. Nice pick up there from Nissim. And then the smoke break a little bit too late to catch them on the cross. Plenty of cash stacked for Falcons. They can buy again, but we're all tied up 10-10, and we're at the business end of map number 2. This time, long pop. Molly's missed.
They want to go. They still want to go. Nico's going to be tested here by Lato, and the wide swing is too quick, too easy. Lato flattens them. Nico Carrigan sidelined, and Nissim's walking smokes. Kioske receives, but we've lost MonaCi in the process.
Got to be Kioske here.
Has to be. Tessa set up to succeed, but just the one. Easy for Doomau to provide the trade. What have you got, Kioske? A lot of work to do is what you've got. Too many on the screen. Targets overwhelm him. 2 away from Falcons being knocked out in the quarterfinals here at EWC.
It's that long hold again, right? The molly doesn't land in the doors. One goes blue bin. So they're actually able to get this pathing. Now, whether or not that was misthrown, we didn't see it from the perspective, but normally you want one blue bin, one in the doors. That stops the AWP holding the line. It forces the hand. And this is fantastic from Lato. He was really, really strong on Mirage. Said they haven't been exploiting Carrigan towards long. They're trying to do it on Mirage with the B side, but now taking advantage of things late in the game, and that money, it can disappear quickly. One more round for Legacy. They'll get to 12. They'll guarantee that overtime. And this is where you can expect anything, or you can't expect anything. Art, who knows what this man's going to call.
Has he got them right where he wants them?
He's got a good spawn right now to drop down and take the pot shot on the cross. Throws a decoy to bait the shot, boosted up. Doesn't fire off, doesn't get the head-to-head.
Falcons really don't want to lose long this time. You can see the comms flowing so nicely. Nissim flash to get out of the corner he'd invested himself into. Round 22, only just beginning. Mid to be threatened by the smoke grenade. Response in kind from Nico. They might choose, yeah, not too risky for Doomau, doesn't want to go through.
Good pressure early though, you're counting out these smokes. As he pushed back now. Nerdy lineup for Doomau, so we can still throw it while the smoke is up.
Then a smoke break. MonASI holds his nerve, lines up the nades. It's going to be a little too late. Carrigan's gone. MonASI forced to address the long pop. Finds Lato. Needs Nissim on the cross. He's just going to stare at the floorboards. Good angle for Doomau. Not good enough. Art will find him though. Up to Tessus and Kioske. Oh, announces his presence. That's suboptimal. You don't want that. This is for 12. They've got the advantage. That bomb is ticking. Every second closer to that 12 for Legacy. Kioske leg shot from Trizor. They know where he's coming from. They know the angle of approach from both of them. And he's hit it the second time around. Jumps up. Oh, come on. Try. Cannot be tamed. Cannot be stopped.
Enjoying his time on the stage is the coach ADR. And why not with the Counter-Strike? We're seeing that flash a moment earlier, a chance, but Carrigan has to dodge it, has to turn it. It had to be close. They knew that possibility, and as his toes leave the box, Try hitting everything, 26 kills deep, and he's got that long spawn. This could be the knockout blow. This could be Falcons going home.
Can he really draw first blood as well? Twist of the knife, the fire of the shot, full white, and Long is under Falcons' control. Turns his attention to mid, counting on a smoke break plate. There is an AWP in play, but on Kioske.
Yeah, it tells you MonASI ain't feeling it, but after map number 1, that's surprising.
Carrigan's trying something cheeky. Oh, a risk he could not afford to make. Goes down. At least he can coordinate from the grave on this CT hold. It's a 2-2 division of labor. Activity now towards the B side of the map. It's held by Nissim lower. Oh, he could try the same trick. He's tried the same thing and it's gone the same way. Lato didn't have to lift a finger.
This one's slipping through the fingers. They're going to walk into Nissim. He ain't moving a muscle.
He's in the right place at the right time. Falcons getting ripped to shreds. Nissim too. Just MonASI to save the Falcons run at EWC, or Legacy will continue to build their legacy. Here at the Esports World Cup, Falcons eliminated by the Giant Killer.